Welcome everyone. This is the Military Children Reading Club, sponsored and in partnership with the National Veterans Chamber of Commerce, Berry University, and Lori Huertas, our reading expert for children books. We have a few guests in the show today, and Lori will be introducing our guests in a minute. But we want to bring this project to life because we want to connect deployed military to their families. Our slogan is connecting families one story at a time. So I would like to welcome you to our show and to thank Lori for reading for us during this program. We also would like to invite you as the audience, your classes, if you are teaching a class at home or if you're teaching a class in a classroom setting, we would love to come into your classroom and read for your class. So thank you very much for joining today. And Lori, it's all yours now.
Thank you so much. I'm just so grateful to be here. I am an Army mom. All of this started because I have an amazing son who is an officer in the Army, and he is now stationed in Fort Campbell. I have a grandson, and when I started this project, I hadn't seen my son in about a year, and I had not met my grandson, who is now 9 months old. And I am working on my doctorate at Berry University. I've done a lot of research on reading, and I've learned that children bond with parents and grandparents through reading. And so what I started doing was recording myself reading books to my grandson, and my daughter-in-law would play them for my grandson, so that when he would finally meet me, he would recognize my voice. What happened is I got so many requests to read books after doing that I developed a YouTube channel called Storytime with Abuela. And I was asked to read in 2 classrooms that I read in once a month. So I read over to 100 kids virtually online. Through that project, I also became connected with Lara Mercado because I saw her book, which is called Un Coquiva Borinquen. And if I'm saying the title wrong, she'll correct me. That I fell in love with the book, and I bought a couple of books, one for myself, one for my grandson. I bought the cookies. It comes with the little frog that's from Puerto Rico, which is typical. And it's a beautiful story about the 3 kings, and the fact that no matter where children are around the world, the 3 kings can find the kids from Puerto Rico, even if they're in Chicago or Orlando, because they have this little cookie with them that a little girl gave to them. It's a beautiful story that one day we will record so that you can have it here on our program, because it's a beautiful story and it's in Spanish, but at the end, it has some poetry in English. Today, we will be reading a 3 Kings book. It's not Lara's, but just because 3 Kings is coming up that day, January 6th, we thought it would be appropriate to record that. So I will introduce to you Lara Mercado, that is going to be a member of our National Veteran Chamber of Commerce. She's one of our VIPs. And hopefully you'll see her book on here soon. She'll tell you a little bit of some of the things that she's done with the military. She's sold books to children that are stationed in Germany. And so with no further ado, I'll introduce you Lara Mercado. And after Lara, I have another special guest to introduce you to.
Well, thank you, Laurie. I'm very happy that you guys invited us. I'm excited about the possibility of having our book be recorded by you guys. This is our third straight Christmas season selling our book. It's called Un Coquí de Boriquén con los Reyes a Belén. And it tells the story of a little Puerto Rican girl, our inspiration right here, a Puerto Rican girl and her coquí, and how the coquí song, because it has a very particular call, which is like this. It says coquí. Well, it's called the Magi towards the first Christmas. It led them there. So in gratitude, the 3 kings tell the little girl and the coquí that they will visit any Puerto Rican child wherever in the world they may be, as long as they hear the coquí. And as you said, the book is in Spanish with the illustrations, but in the back there is the translation of it. So some kids that don't know Spanish or they need a little work on it, they can also read the translation and know what it's about. It's also a very helpful tool for parents, especially parents abroad, to explain to children why the Magi come and visit them and they may not visit their friends or classmates. So it's a very fun and a new way for us to keep our Reyes Magos tradition alive all over the world. So we're very happy to reach children wherever. I am, my grandfather is a Korea veteran. So very happy to be collaborating with you guys, and hopefully we can keep collaborating.
Thank you so much. You definitely, you're familia now, so we will be collaborating in many, many ways. I actually have a teacher that wants to buy your book for her entire class, so I'll have to give you that connection.
Yes,
but now
please.
I'd love to introduce you to Phil Scarpelli. So I met Scarpelli because I work at Barry University. We have a school of social work, and Tim and I had begun discussing ways of collaborating. I have a heart, besides military children, for foster children. My grandmother was a foster mother for 40 years in New York. She actually got an award for having the most foster kids during that period, and she ended up adopting two. And so when I found out about Brevard Cares, which is the organization, the nonprofit that Phil is the president of, he'll explain more. I had to help. And so we've done things like holiday drives and different projects. And so I'm grateful to have Phil here to say maybe that this is the beginning to invite some of his foster parents to join us with their kids in the future. So thank you, Phil, for joining us today.
Thank you, Lori. I really feel privileged to be a part of this group. I am Phil Scarpelli, and I'm the CEO and president of the largest lead agency in Brevard County, Florida. And we serve many foster and adoptive children throughout the year. It's a calling of ours, and we're very proud to do so. And on the side, I am the son and brother of two retired military veterans, and who really inspired me in so many ways. And then lastly, you know, I'm so proud to be a part of a community group such as this that believes in the importance of connectivity with children, and what could be better than through books and story. I grew up that way, and I'm glad to be a part of this movement now. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, everyone. And Lori, will you be so kind to read us our book for today?
So our book for today is called We Three Kings. And so here it goes. We three kings of Orient are, bearing gifts we traverse afar. Field and fountain, moor and mountain, following yonder star. Born a king on Bethlehem's plain, gold I bring to crown him again. King forever, never, ceasing never, over us all to reign. And now I'm going to ask Phil to read the next verse. Oh,
Sure.
wait, if you can unmute, Phil.
Thank you. Let me continue. Let me see if I'm on the right page here.
Oh, star.
Okay, so born a king on Bethlehem's plain, gold I bring to crown him again. King forever, ceasing never, over us all to reign. O star of wonder, star of night, star with royal beauty bright, westward leading, still proceeding, guide us to the perfect light.
Thank you. And Lada, I don't know if you don't mind reading just this little part here.
I don't mind at all.
Okay.
Glorious now behold him arise, King and God and sacrifice. Alleluia, alleluia, earth to the heavens replies.
And Joe, you don't get off so easy. This is yours.
Well, thanks, Lori, for the volunteering part. Appreciate
You're
that.
welcome.
My pleasure. O star of wonder, star of night, star with a royal beauty bright, whisper bleeding, still proceeding, guide us to the perfect light.
And that is our book for today. Everyone gets a high five. You just heard us read the book, We Three Kings. Join us next time for another episode of our Military Children's Reading Club, where hopefully we'll be sharing Lara Mercado's books and you can learn about the coquí. But we're so grateful for those of you that listened, and stay tuned.
Thank you very much, Lori, and thank you everyone for joining. Welcome, Lara. Phil, thank you for participating. And it is again our pleasure. Hi, girl. It is our pleasure to read to our military families from all over the world. So if you would like your company, your base, your active duty members or veterans everywhere in the world who would like to join us for a reading time, just send us an email and we'll connect with you. Again, this is the Military Children Reading Club signing off. Till next time.
Bye.